Hey everyone, Brian from Bevel Traders here. It's Sunday, November 22nd, and I hope everyone's had a good weekend. This is the Sunday night video. Take a look at the week that was, and we'll look ahead coming week. Of course, this week we got Thanksgiving Day Thursday, Friday partial day of trading. So usually as the week goes on, volume and volatility kind of really drop off here. So we'll have a couple of days and then it's going to get kind of quiet to the end of the week. But let's take a look here at the internals to start. You can see here we're really extended in a lot of these areas we look at in internals. The 50 moving average and the 200, significant amount of stocks above those moving averages. A lot of more new highs and new lows. So we're really in the top end of the range of the market here. But some pretty funky action on Friday. You can see here we did some pretty significant drops right into the close. So let's drill down here and take a look at some of the stocks and indexes that we follow. Start out with the transports here. So you can see here we got some pretty much some topping action here on Wednesday, and then Thursday we tried to rally back, and Friday dropping lower. So transports we always watch for confirmation of moves higher by the indexes, particularly the Dow. You can see here some of the stochastics, RSI rolling over. Of course, the stuff that's going on, we've got a bit of a fight. We've got increasing number of infections with the COVID, and on the other hand, we've got vaccines coming down the pipe, and hopefully by next summer we'll get back to some normalcy. That's the goal, hopefully, we're all wishing for. But in the meantime, we've got a lot of sort of new lockdowns coming to try to curb the spread here. So yeah, so there's kind of a bit of a battle here. You can see the transports on the week tried to push higher. This is a really like a reversing doji here. So did it on volume too, and the RSI is still pointing to higher, but this is a little bit concerning for continuation move higher. The Dow again really sold off the last part of the week here, and of course we finished down on the week, down by about just under 1%, 0.73%. We were down again, an indecision doji, and this week engulfing doji. So we may right up rejection basically at all-time highs. So again, maybe looking like we're going to just continue to consolidate here instead of moving up any further at least at this point. The Qs again, kind of a flat on the week when you look at this chart. RSI flattening out here. MACD coming to the moving averages coming together. Stochastics rolling over a little bit, but we'll get into the interest rate situation the way it is right now, and we'll talk about that in a minute and how it might affect the Qs. But again, you can see here some topping action on the weeklies, and again we're just kind of churning sideways for the time being. Volume really low on the week last week here. Stochastics turning up, which maybe is an indication we are going to break out at some point. And again, the SPY topping action, RSI heading lower, MACD rolling over a bit, stochastics rolling over a little bit. I don't expect a big pullback on any of these indexes, just with the vaccine news, and then there's always the potential for some more stimulus. That's really going to pop the market if we get some announcement about a new round of stimulus. So here's the week again. Holofield candle on the previous week, and then we lost about 0.75% on the week on the SPY as well here. So a bit of a pullback on this on the COVID situation. Again, the small caps seem to be doing the best. They were actually up a little bit on the week on volume. RSI still staying strong here. And let's see on the weekly. Again, the weekly we're really kind of putting in some topping action maybe. Volume dropping a little bit on last week, which was sort of indicative, and it's really going to drop off this week. So I think we're going to struggle to go higher here, especially this week on this shortened week. So let's start talking about interest rates. Interest rates here are dropping again, and this is the TLT, which is the bond, 20-year Treasury bond ETF. It's the value of the bond. As the bond goes up, yields go down, and you can see here we've really put in a bottom here, and bond prices have been going up for the last 2 weeks almost, basically, which means yields have been coming down. Now we're right back up to this 200-day, but RSI is strengthening here. MACD pulling away. Stochastics look strong. I think the yields continue to drop and bond prices continue to go up here by the looks of this chart. See the 10-year. This is the yield, so you can see here dropping off. Just covered that with the last comment on the TLT. It was going up. Bond yield values go up, yields go down. So what does that mean for the market? I think one thing probably as the yields drop again, we're going to be looking at weakness in the banks. Banks make money on increasing yields, and when their yields drop, banks stop making money, so aren't as profitable. So those are going to be the ones that are going to probably get hurt. On the flip side, when yields drop, technology tends to do well. So watch for the Qs and maybe SPY goes higher as well. So watch for a return to the technology sector. And again here on the yield on the weekly, we're dropping off here. RSI turning lower. So I expect we're going to probably come back down here again. Stochastics rolling over on the yield. The dollar is one fly in the ointment here on the daily. We had a little bit of a bounce here, but we're right into an area that we should be continuing to find some support. If that breaks, which we're definitely in a downtrend at this point. Whoops, let's go back to the dollar. Let's take a look at it on a weekly basis. Before we move on, again, you can see we are definitely in a downtrend still. And this is an area, this is a pretty critical area. If we start to lose this area here, there's going to be a whole lot more weakness. So what does that mean? Again, we could probably see, improving commodity prices, gold, silver probably going, Bitcoin. Again, Bitcoin's been very strong, and sort of a counter investment to the dollar. So if the dollar continues to weaken, Bitcoin, probably gold and silver will be the beneficiary. Maybe some of the other commodities like oil as well. Let's quickly look at some of the sectors here. We've got the discretionary kind of churning sideways. All of this stuff seems to be just churning sideways right now. The last week or so, we really haven't made much progress in any of these. So this is the last 5 days, and energy just grouped together. Again, not much, just a little bit of a loss on the on the staples. One of the bigger losers was the healthcare sector. Utilities dropped, as you can see. I think financials are vulnerable, particularly again if we're going to see the yields continue to drop. They really haven't reacted much to the drop in interest rates yet, but if they continue to drop, I can see the weakness in the financials. Other than that, again, technology down a little on the week, but sort of again just sort of a churning sideways action. Quick look at some scans here. I'm still watching this Camping World. It looks like it's right back up near this trend line. We can break above, say 30, and then hold on any pullback to this. We could be looking at a nice move higher on Camping World. Again, anything to do with seems to be people are looking to spend their money on stuff that they can use, so people can go camping. It's probably a good place to spend your money. Emerging markets have been strong again. Especially if the U.S. dollar really continues to drop, emerging markets will do well. And you can see this is the EEM. A lot of that is China, but it's got other indexes or other countries in it as well, emerging market countries. Again, everything looks pretty positive on this chart, and it looks like it's going to break out here. So emerging markets still looking good. GDX, I did take a bit of a position on Friday. This is seasonally not a great time for gold towards the end of the year. It's usually into January that we start to get a bit of a seasonal effect on gold. And so it did come up on Friday. It looked like it was going to be strong, but it did sell off as the day went on. So again, keeping my position relatively small, but it held this 200-day moving average, and that's where I'll look to exit this if it breaks down below that. Stochastics, a lot of these indicators still don't look very great, or at least RSI is turning up, but stochastics really low. Could be really oversold here, so a good place for, at the very least, will bounce. And of course, the EV companies, always keeping an eye on those. And of course, we've been day trading a lot of those as well. It looks to me like LI is going to break out here. High here was almost 40, just 10, 13 cents shy of 40. And continuation move higher probably, although it is looking a little overbought here. RSI up over 80. But Lee, something to keep an eye on. Lordstown Motors, a bit of a pullback here, ride. Again, if the EV stock stays strong, this will probably push through 30. So another one to keep an eye on. Volume dropped off here on this pullback, so I'll be looking for it to hold sort of in this 25 area for a possible long. Neo continues to look strong. I saw somebody upgraded it and gave it a $150 price target, which is a long way from where it is. But trend is your friend. This is a beautiful uptrend, and volume dropping off a little bit. I expect we'll have a lot less volume this week, but it still looks like it's making a bit of an ascending triangle here. So watch for that. Watch for that 50 level to hold on a close. PPSI, that was one that I took an entry in back here and popped up. It did take a bit of profit, pulled back. I'm still holding some, and did take a bit more profit when it popped up on Friday. But it still looks like it wants to maybe move higher, although I'm not really liking the way it's sold off. But again, stochastics curling back up here. It actually looks pretty good. RSI heading back up, making a higher low. Silver sort of just chopping here. Again, sort of going to follow gold. Solo, another one that we've been trading in the day trading room. Huge volume on Friday. And again, popped up, pulled back a little bit, really overbought. So I'd be looking for a pullback on it, and then maybe continuation move higher. It's just overbought right now. Square, I'd be watching here just to see if it can break 200 and hold above it. Right now it's trying. Good Bitcoin play because they are doing some Bitcoin stuff as well. Taco still trying to break out from this 850 level. Just keeping an eye on that one, and if it breaks and holds, it'll be good. USO, again, right up into some area. Just like to keep an eye on oil here. Bit of volume came in Friday. All the indicators look pretty good for oil to go higher, although I don't really understand why oil's going higher. And Vietnam, I've mentioned Vietnam. I've got a small position for longer term in this one now, and it's breaking out a little bit here. So it looks like a decent long-term hold. And again, we've got an area up around 19 here if we can get through this 17 level. So that's it. So hopefully, like I said, we'll see you in the Bearable Trading Room tomorrow morning. 8:30 pre-market show starts. 9:30 we trade the market, and the pre-market show is live on YouTube. So Have a great rest of the weekend, whatever is left of it, wherever you are. And of course, this is my book on Amazon, How to Swing Trade, if you haven't checked it out. Have a great rest of the evening, and we'll hopefully see you all in the morning. Bye for now.